So as I've been recording this video, I was asleep for like 10 hours. Again, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. I did not really do a good job with it. But anyway, today, it's Saturday, 6 p.m. And when I woke up at 4 p.m., I saw lots of news about a Pokemon Giga Leak that was happening. Or what some people in the Pokemon community are calling it the Terra Leak. Get it? Because terrestrializing from Gen 9. Anyway, there's a lot of information coming from this leak. And I figured I would cover what's known so far. Just be warned that, by the time you see this video, even more information will be out there. Because there's like new information coming out every couple of minutes or so. But I am following this Twitter account, Central Leaks, who is covering all the details. Now, this account might be gone by the time you see this video, but yeah, I'm just letting you know that the information is out there, and it does seem like this is a real leak. There have been lots of news articles and information that points that it is real, like it was breached from like a employee or something. So yeah, I just want to go over the leaks we have right now in a unique type of discussion video because I want to screen share all the tweets that have been made. This is the pinned comment right now from Central Leak saying, for all those just tuning in, we're currently covering the Game Freak Terra Leak. Lots of source files and beta content for past Pokemon games are currently leaking, along with a few details on upcoming projects. We expect more information to be uncovered in the coming hours and days. Let's go from the beginning and see all that's been happening so far. So first of all, 3 hours ago is when the leak started to happen. Some stuff about Gen 10 leaking, a new multiplayer Pokemon game, which we'll talk more about all those details in a bit. But the first thing that came out of this was Gaia is the codename for Gen 10, which I believe it's a, God, I forgot what that means, but it's some sort of word that translates to something. And, these code names are interesting because they kind of give a hint of what the game is going to entail, but obviously still trying to keep it a secret. But that was one of the main things that came out of that, along with the fact that source code and beta builds for some older Pokemon games came out, like Black and White 2, and I believe this is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I believe that's the abbreviation. I like Pokemon, but I'm not too much into the know-it-all of the series, so excuse me for my arrogance, I guess. But yeah, so that came out, and then the Game Freak Giga Leak confirms, I guess, that Ounce is the codename for Switch 2, which we did hear about from Midori. If you don't know Midori, they were basically a guy pretending to be a Japanese girl. They were driven away from the internet, but somehow they're back again. They're under a new name, and they're still apparently leaking stuff like Crazy Taxi or whatever. I kind of wish we would just forget about Midori, but Midori did have some credible sources, and this confirms that was part of the source, Ounce, which I did see. I think Ounce is 12, is like equals 12, right, in daily life, and I saw some people theorizing that it could mean Ounces equals 12 gigabytes of RAM or something for the Switch 2, which is something that people have been theorizing, that the RAM would be far and improved compared to Switch 1, which I believe is 4 gigabytes or something. Again, I'm not a technical person. I barely know anything about Pokemon, so take what I'm saying with a slight grain of salt. You're probably better off going for more technical know-how and more Pokemon content in some other place. So I just want to give my perspective on these things. But yeah. And then Pokemon Gala is the Gen 10 codename being developed for Ounce. And I did see some confusing stuff. Apparently, I saw some reports saying that the Gaia was being tested on Switch 1 as well. Like maybe it was going to be a cross-gen type game. But again, some other stuff are saying that it's only for Switch 2. It's kind of weird right now what is being said, because I believe, again, this is a real leak, but some of the information right now is not accurate so far. So yeah, and then yeah, this guy just confirms that this is all confirmed information. This is not a rumor. The files included source code and beta builds, which we'll see some more of that in a bit. Oh yeah, and then Gaia has two versions, of apparently version K and version N. I'm guessing they're gonna be full names, you know, like, you know, it's not just gonna be a K and N. I mean, Pokemon has used X and Y before, but I believe this will be a full name like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, you know? We just don't know what those, the K and N will stand for, you know? Also, this wasn't mentioned in the Twitter account, but I do want to say that apparently there was stuff even like yesterday, Friday, as of me recording this video. Some of the starters were leaked for Pokemon Legends Z2A, and also the code name for it was like confirmed in the Giga Leak, which we kind of knew about a few months ago. It was like hinted at by some other leaker, but the code name is Ikaku or something like that. It's apparently Switch 1 exclusive, like it's not going to be a Switch 2 either cross-compatible game or comes out only for Switch 2 or Switch 2 and Switch 1. You know, it might have some Switch 2 enhancements, but it seems like it's Switch 1 primarily. That's what Pokemon Legends Z2A is targeting, at least. And then this was on October 6th, so even further back of a few days ago, where this leaker said he tweeted at 358, and I think the Giga Leak kind of contributes to this being all related to some extent, though don't quote me on this. Again, I could be wrong, but I just want to have this information in a video just in case, you know. But some suggest that 358 means that Pokemon Legends C2A is going to pick an actual starter from Gen 3, Gen 5, and Gen 8. This seems like, again, this is kind of related to the Giga Leak. Like, it seems like it kind of confirms these things from the past few days or even a few months, such as the Legends Z2A codename. But it's all up in the air right now. I just, you know, wanted to make sure you guys know about it. Anyway, let's get back to the Twitter account. So, okay, yeah, here's what the guy has said. We confirmed the leak includes a mention of the Switch 1 version of Pokemon Gala. So, yes, they're at least testing it on Switch 1. Whether they will end up releasing it, we'll have to see. And then no leaker, Nico Plie confirms the Pokemon Gen 10 will be for both Switch 1 and Switch 2. Although, again, it's kind of weird right now what's going on. What do I personally think is going to happen? I think it will be a cross-gen thing. Or at the very least, it will be mostly focused on Switch 1 with Switch 2 enhancements. Because Pokemon likes to stick behind the past Nintendo generation, even after a new one comes out. I mean, we saw this with, what was it, Black 2 and White 2, where they released on the DS when the 3DS was already out. We saw this with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which came out in, you know, 2017 when the Switch came out. I think Pokemon Company, Game Freak will continue this trend, but that doesn't mean they won't have Switch 2 enhancements or whatever, but that's just my opinion going off of these leaks so far. Yeah, and then, okay, apparently there's a Pokemon MMO in development, although these like photos are like for something else. Its codename is Snappace. I don't know if I said that right. I probably butchered that. It's apparently a new Pokemon game developed in collaboration with Game Freak and Ilka, which Ilka made the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pro remakes, which lots of people don't like, although I personally like those games. It's apparently a multiplayer / battle focused game, and there was another detail that is apparently being described as a Splatoon-like, so, you know, Splatoon fans choice if you like Splatoon and Pokemon. But yeah, these files in the screenshots are unrelated to Snappace. It's not an MMO, but it's still, I believe it's still being described as a Splatoon-like thing, you know? Okay, yeah, here's more details about it. The screenshots were incorrect. All we know about the game is that it's a Pokemon game, Splatoon-like, and developed. So these pictures are not like, I guess they're not confirmed for that. There's something else. I don't know. And also, there's this is something not related to Pokemon, but it is Game Freak related. There's apparently a canceled Game Freak game, a DS game specifically, about fighting and rising bugs. You could also fuse them. So here's like some screenshots. That would have been interesting. Imagine they turned this into an actual Pokemon game, like a spin-off. Although it might have been just its own separate thing. Beta Team Galactic, man, she looks attractive. I mean, why? He looks attractive too. Yeah, so there's some beta designs. This is the official map editor for Gen 3 is included in the leak. Cool if you want to see, again, if you want a more technical breakdown, you can see other YouTubers, but I just kind of want to scroll past this thing. Beta Ethan and Lura, which I don't know, these are the main characters of the, I don't know which Pokemon game, sorry. Here's some more Pokemon beta designs or whatever, which are always interesting. I like to see these beta designs. We got these guys, and then probably my favorite one. I mean, this guy looks like he's wearing glasses, but it's like a mustache. This looks very pixely. And then there's that. And then there's this, which he looks like a toilet. I love it. I love him so much. And then I saw on 4chan or something, someone edited this photo to have the skippity toilet guy come out of it because it looks like a toilet, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, and I think that is it for right now, all of the stuff. But you could find some more stuff probably from other accounts, and you know, this guy is just only one person, I assume. I don't know. So more things will get out there from him, and also the leak itself is like huge. I believe it's like 1 terabyte. So you know, the information will be coming out slowly but surely from the people getting it, which, you know, whatever way you feel about the leaks or whatever, I think this is a very important information to have for Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, because it's just nice to see these prototype stuff, you know, get some teases for future things as well. But I like the more historical stuff, because we rarely do see that. I do a series of random, you know, gaming facts of like Splatoon, Mario, Zelda, and we know some things, but there's a lot of stuff Nintendo doesn't show us, and this stuff being out in the open is a good thing for preservation in terms of knowledge for video games, if that makes sense. Now, the way they got this information, you know, you could argue it's morally not good, you know, and like they got the information from, like, I believe an employee, which is like, you know, their account, which is not good. So I feel bad for like that employee and like the people, the individual people from the company, but as like the company themselves, I just think this is very interesting to discuss. So let me know what you think about all these stuff that we covered so far. Are you interested in, you know, a Pokemon MMO? Are you interested in Gen 10? What do you think is going to be like a Switch 1 and 2 game? Or is it like cross-gen game? Or is it going to be only on Switch 1 or Switch 2? What do you think? I might cover more information as more stuff comes out. I'm not going to promise anything. In fact, I was thinking about if I should hold off on covering this for a video, because you know, it's a big leak and I wanted to cover everything in one video. But here's the thing, I wanted to cover it as soon as possible, because what happened before, there was a big information that came out from Xenoblade 3, you know, from the art book, and I was thinking about covering that for a, you know, a big video talking about every information revealed from it. And I did a poll, and you guys said for me to wait, and most of the information is still not accessible, and it's been like so many months now since the art book came out, and I feel like I missed the boat on talking about it. I just want to cover stuff as soon as possible, you know, so if there's more stuff that comes from this Pokemon Giga Leak, I'll cover it, you know, more substantial stuff. But I do regret not making the Xenoblade 3 art book video sooner. You know, I listened to you guys, so lesson learned, never listen to you guys, JK. But, you know, sometimes I have to make the executive decision, and I wanted to cover this as soon as possible. We might cover more in the future, but that's what I just wish I did for the Xenoblade stuff. Anyway, I'm done rambling at this point. Let me know, again, what you think about all this Giga League stuff. But I'll see you all next time for another video. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, play some Xenoblade, and I'll catch you guys next time for more. Peace. Bye, everyone.